Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Limu here. I posted a prophetic word on Instagram a while ago regarding food. I'm back again because God has been giving me dreams about food again. And obviously, we haven't gotten the message regarding our food. So, in the prophetic word that I posted on Instagram, I basically shared how Holy Spirit has told me that the food was killing us. The food that we were eating was killing us both spiritually and physically. And on the physical end, basically the food was the cause of a lot of the sicknesses and illnesses that people had been praying for God to heal them from. And instead of them changing their diets, they were continuing to eat in a poor way that was then debilitating to their health. And on the spiritual end, the Holy Spirit has shared with me how what we eat impacts us and how we can even pray, how we have a willingness or not to fast, what type of energy we have. Imagine if at the end of the day you don't have energy barely to clean your house, you may not even have a desire to pray, you may not have a desire to worship. The food that we eat can also in fact impact us spiritually, because there are foods out there and restaurants out there that are the same way how we can pray over our food as Christians, and God blesses our food. The same thing happens on the demonic end, that someone evil can pray over their food and it can end up being cursed. So, what we eat is very impactful to us spiritually, because there are things and people that you may not want to eat from if you know the things that they are involved in. Spiritually, there's a lot of different ways that people can get access to you to afflict things on your life. So the Holy Spirit was just basically downloading all those things to me and sharing with me how it's important for us to eat in a way that God really approves of. And that way, he shared with me, was eating more whole foods, less processed foods, more fruits and vegetables, just eating more of a diet in which the foods are made fresh, they're made at home, they are vibrant, they're full of nutrients. They are how God intended food to be. God didn't intend food to be cookies and chips and things that are super processed with fake ingredients and fake flavoring and colorings and things like that. Foods that have MSG and all these other things. That's not what he intended food to be, because those are not foods. The chemicals that they put in our foods are not foods. And we are expecting these chemicals and these lab concoctions to nourish us the way how food is supposed to. So when I shared that word, I had had several dreams just about food in general, and about the cause of sicknesses with our food, how food can make us tired and different things like that. But then also the spiritual aspect of food in terms of certain foods being charmed. More recently, I had another dream in which I was walking around an Asian restaurant and I was basically just looking at people's plates and kind of recognizing what they were eating. And like one person, for example, he had potatoes and carrots just in barbecue sauce, but the barbecue sauce was as if it was like soup. And that's what he was eating. Another person was eating like 6 drumsticks. That was the portion size that was on her plate. And as I was walking around, what I was hearing was strange combinations. These are strange combinations. And when I woke up, the Holy Spirit had downloaded to me that basically what they were eating were disgusting concoctions. Gluttony is a big thing. And the 6 drumsticks was just an indication of how gluttonous we can be as a people, where that's not a portion size to eat 6 drumsticks by yourself. But when we go to these restaurants, they put 2 and 3 portion sizes on one plate. And there are some people that take that as a challenge to eat everything that's on their plate. As you start to mature spiritually, you understand the importance of fasting and denying your flesh, and how that affects us and our spiritual sensitivity. So when we are in a place of gluttony, we are feeding our flesh, we are engorging our flesh in a way that does not please God. And ultimately, it will not even lead to a lifestyle that pleases God. Because when you are over full, most of the time, what do? You go to sleep. That time that you sleeping could be time that you're praying. It could be time you out worshiping. It could be time that you're serving the community. It could be time that you're doing things that actually glorify God. In the dream also, I'm going to read it to y'all so I don't misquote. One of the things specifically I heard was China can strategically target Americans through their food and they would be none the wiser. Holy Spirit has said there are implications of witchcraft in food. The restaurants are charmed, and that charming leads people to eat things that they normally would not desire, and even to eat portions that they normally would not consume. This is a warning for all of us. Be sensitive to the Holy Spirit. If you have plans to go to a certain restaurant and you don't feel a leading to go to that restaurant, don't go. The Holy Spirit is the spirit of truth. So he knows everything. We don't know nothing. And if we don't lean on him to really lead our lives, there are a lot of things that we could just walk into blindly, not recognizing how it can affect us, not only for today, but for the long term. Take time, be led by the Holy Spirit in what you eat, what types of things you consume, what snacks you consume. I have been on a journey of just less sugar, less processed foods. And there are times where I go shopping and the Holy Spirit will tell me to put something back, like take it out the cart and put it back. Get to that point where you're asking God, can I get this? Like, I want a snack. Like, can I get these cookies? And well, the Holy Spirit will tell you. He will lead you, because we also don't want to fall prey to witchcraft that is occurring through the food that will impact us spiritually. So be prayerful about where you eat, about what you eat, about how you eat it. Be prayerful about where you go. And also always remember to pray over your food. One of the blessings that we have as believers is to be able to eat poison and have it not affect us. But if you're not praying over your food, I think you're not taking the time to dedicate it back to God. We don't know what things have been dedicated to false gods, false idols. Just be thoughtful about it. Be very wary of what you're eating, of where you're going to eat, and of how the food makes you feel. Be sensitive to how your spirit responds. Be sensitive to how your body responds, and take the time to make adjustments to your diet to come into alignment with the health that you've been praying about. So many people always say faith without works is dead, but literally, if you're not going to put in the work that goes alongside that faith, if you're not going to be sensitive to the things that God may be telling you to do in order to claim your healing that He's already released to you, then what is the point in your faith? Take some steps to walk in obedience, even in your food, so you can really honor your body as a temple of the Holy Spirit. Love y'all. Bye.